Deep inside a hot and dangerous jungle, the U.S. military faced a tough challenge. Thick trees blocked vision, insects attacked non-stop, and enemies could hide anywhere. Among the soldiers was a man named Staff Sergeant Lucas Reed, a quiet but focused fighter. The U.S. military trained hard to master jungle warfare. Soldiers learned how to move slowly, stay silent, and read signs like broken branches and footprints. Lucas Reed practiced surviving with limited food and water. He learned how to fight in rain, mud, and extreme heat. The jungle tested patience and courage every day. Soldiers worked as a team, trusted each other, and followed strict discipline. They changed their tactics, used lighter gear, and respected the jungle instead of fighting it blindly. Over time, fear disappeared. The jungle became familiar ground. The U.S. military adapted, improved, and gained control. Staff Sergeant Lucas Reed proved that training, teamwork, and mindset could turn even the wildest jungle into a battlefield they could survive. Training was brutal. His body ached every day. He learned to follow orders, to respect command, and to trust his team. He also learned one lesson that stayed with him forever: protect life whenever possible. Lucas served in dangerous war zones. He saw buildings destroyed and friends injured. He carried wounded soldiers on his back while bullets flew past. He lost people he loved. At night, he sometimes woke up sweating, hearing sounds that were no longer there. But he never lost his sense of right and wrong. Back in the courtroom, the FBI agent continued to question him. Her tone was sharp and cold. She asked why he ignored the mission plan. She asked why he put civilians above orders. Each time Lucas answered calmly. Each time she smiled and shook her head. Then she laughed again. That laugh echoed louder than before. It felt like a slap to the face. The courtroom froze. Judge Whitmore slammed his gavel down hard. "Enough," he said firmly. The sound echoed through the room. Everyone jumped. The judge stood up, his face serious and his eyes sharp. He looked directly at Rebecca Hall. "This courtroom is not a place for mockery," he said. "You will show respect, or you will leave." Rebecca opened her mouth but said nothing. "I am stopping this trial," the judge continued, effective immediately. Gasps filled the room. No one had expected this. The judge ordered sealed evidence to be brought forward. Files that had not been shown before were reviewed carefully. Videos were played. Reports were read aloud. Slowly, a different story began to appear. During the mission, Lucas's unit received an order to move forward and secure a target. But Lucas noticed something others had missed. A group of civilians, including children, were trapped nearby. Intelligence reports had failed to mention them. If the mission continued as planned, those civilians would have been killed. Lucas made a decision in seconds. He delayed the mission and moved his team to protect the civilians. The mission target was damaged, but lives were saved. The FBI report focused only on the damage. It ignored the people. As the truth came out, Rebecca's face lost its color. Her confidence disappeared. She looked down at her notes, then back at the judge. Judge Whitmore spoke calmly but firmly. "Justice is not about winning," he said. "It is about truth and respect." He reminded everyone that soldiers are trained to follow orders, but they are also trained to protect life. He warned that disrespect in his courtroom would not be tolerated. When the trial resumed later, the mood had changed. Lucas was allowed to speak again. This time he did not hold back. "I never wanted praise," he said. "I just didn't want anyone to die when I could stop it." His words were simple, but they carried weight. The jury listened closely. They saw Lucas not as a criminal, but as a man who made a hard choice for the right reason. In the end, Sergeant Lucas Ironfield walked out of the courtroom with his head held high, not because he defeated someone, but because he stood for honor, respect, and truth. And everyone who was there learned a lesson that day. Silence does not mean weakness, and respect must always come first.